I stood in the hallway with my suitcase, my hand trembling. I hadn't planned to cry, but tears came anyway. Ryan was in the living room, silent. I didn't look back. After nearly 4 years together, I was leaving the man I once thought I would marry. Ryan was kind and steady, always there when I needed him. But for a long time, that felt like enough. We had a comfortable life, a nice apartment, and a future mapped out. But something inside me had begun to change. I worked as an assistant in a small company, doing the same tasks day after day. I smiled, took notes, stayed late when asked. Ryan never complained, but I wasn't happy. I felt stuck, like I was slowly disappearing. Then I saw an online post about a digital marketing program in Berlin. It was designed for women who wanted to lead, with a 6-month course and a job placement afterward. Without telling Ryan, I applied, never expecting to get in. 3 weeks later, the acceptance email arrived. I stared at the screen, unable to speak. When I finally told Ryan, he went quiet. "Berlin is far," he said. "I know," I replied, "but I think I need this." For days, we pretended nothing had changed. We made dinner, watched movies, slept in the same bed. But the distance between us grew. One night, he finally spoke. "I thought we were building something together," he said. I told him I still loved him, but I was losing myself. He turned off the light and said nothing more. The days that followed were painful. He offered to come with me, but I knew he didn't really want to leave his life behind. If he followed me, it would be for me, not for himself. That wouldn't work, so I said no. On the morning I left, he watched from the couch as I packed. I said a soft goodbye. He didn't answer. Berlin was cold and loud. I arrived knowing no one, speaking no German, but I felt strangely ready. The program started on Monday. My teacher, Clara, said something I never forgot. "If you're here, it means you said yes to yourself. That's brave." Those words hit me hard. The weeks that followed were intense. I learned, made mistakes, felt stupid sometimes, but I also felt alive. I stopped checking my phone so often, stopped waiting for Ryan's messages. I knew he wouldn't write. He had always said, "If you leave, don't look back." I thought about him at night, the way he laughed, the way he held my hand. Maybe he was moving on. I felt sad, not because he might find someone new, but because our story had to end, for mine to begin. After 5 weeks, I started working with a small tech startup. The team was young and full of energy. They listened when I spoke. They asked for my opinion. For the first time in years, I felt seen. One day, my manager pulled me aside. "You have a good eye for stories," he said. "You should lead the next project." That night, I cried again, not from sadness, but because I finally believed I had made the right choice. Months passed. I grew stronger and more confident. I stopped checking what Ryan was doing online. I focused on my work and on becoming someone I respected. One evening, out of curiosity, I looked at his profile. There was a new photo of him with a woman, both smiling. I closed the laptop and took a deep breath. It didn't hurt. I felt peace. Letting go of love wasn't easy, but I had needed more than comfort. I had needed space to grow. By spring, my manager asked me to lead a new project. I hesitated for only a moment, then accepted. I worked with a diverse team, managed pressure, and learned to trust my instincts. When I presented our work to senior managers, I no longer felt like the woman who had left home months ago. This woman stood taller. Her voice didn't shake. Summer came, and Berlin felt like home. My brother got married back home, and I couldn't attend. I watched the wedding on video and saw Ryan in the background, laughing. He looked okay, and so did I a few days later. He sent a short message. "I hope Berlin is treating you well." I replied, "It is, and I hope you're happy too." That was the last time we spoke. Sometimes people drift away quietly, and that's okay. One August morning, I stood on a bridge watching the water, wearing the small compass bracelet I had bought for myself. I thought about how far I had come. I wasn't rich or famous, but I was proud. I had chosen the unknown over safety, and even when I doubted myself, I kept going. That day I made a promise. I would never shrink again to make someone else comfortable. Real love should never ask you to be less. It should celebrate who you're becoming. Later that year, I was offered a full-time role with my own team. When I called my mum, she cried. "I still miss you," she said. "I miss you too," I replied. "But I'm happy." That night, my roommate and I danced in the kitchen, laughing until it hurt. And I realized something powerful. I didn't go back. And that was the bravest thing I ever did.